Hello everyone. I was really pleased with all the efforts that you'd made with the artwork last week. So challenge number 2 today, some music playing. I wonder if you can guess what we're going to do today. Today you will need a thickish paintbrush. You'll need a piece of white paper, some scissors, a permanent marker, and an old piece of card. It can be anything that you've got lying around the house, and then something to draw around a circle with, and some watercolours. I've printed out some pictures for you because it's really important that you look at the scale of what we're going to do today. We're going to paint an African sunset and draw an African animal with an acacia tree. You need to really properly look at these trees because they're not structured like British trees. They have a lot of branches and then their foliage is all at the top. And also, just so you can see the scale of the size of an animal next to one of the trees as well. The giraffe is quite tall because it eats the foliage of the acacia tree. Portrait, but you can choose to do yours landscape if you want to. And I've just very lightly penciled mine out so I know what I'm doing before I start. Then you need to line it in with your permanent marker. Now, if you haven't got a permanent marker, we can do the rest of it without doing this stage, but we're going to do this so that we can paint over it without the ink smudging. Cut your circle out, then we're just going to hold that in place here because I have a hill that I've painted in here, but you'll see that later on, and I want the sun to be setting going down over the hills. So this is just so that we can paint over it. So what we're going to do now is, and quite a few of you have done this with me a few times before, because you've used permanent marker, we can actually paint over our drawing. So we're going to put in some yellows first. Now, to make sure that you go under, the paint doesn't go underneath the circle, try and go away from the circle when you're painting. And then, as you all know by now, you then start adding a few orange. Oops, even I did it wrong there. So we're going to put in some oranges. Now, because this is the sun, you will want a few more of your reds around it. If you go back over the bit that you've already painted, and when it's slightly dried, you'll get these really nice streaks, which is what actually happens when the sun sets. So you can add a few pinks as well, a few pinks and a few purples. I think that's my purple. There we go. And I'm going away from it, away from the circle. If you can just remember that. Keep it still, don't move it. If you need to put a tiny little bit of glue on it or something just to hold it in place, that won't hurt it at all. So children, I hope you will enjoy that activity, and I really look forward to seeing your efforts, and we'll post them online. So if you get your parents to contact your class teacher, and they can be forwarded and put on school Facebook. Can't wait to see them more. Bye.